the pit throughout the set. I would not be surprised. It's a secondary, well-known that Loaf has put a lot of time and effort into, and we've also seen it in bracket as well. It's got some experience and history in it, but just going to be going for the main, and the main focus here going to be Wario.
Yeah, that Nair really doing a lot of damage, and the command grab as well. Getting so much percent. We're going to be seeing Chugs go for some of these common hero spells like Accelerate, the Oomph, and the I don't know, Oomph and the other one. We'll see it eventually, but yeah, he's going to be doing that to keep up in this percent. And I mean, Loaf had that huge start at the beginning, but it is at even percent.
Oh man, yeah, that unfortunate air dodge from Chugs there. I'm not 100% sure if he was trying to snap back to ledge there, but it just seemed a little unfortunate.
He was, but the thing is that Accelerate also affects heroes' weight, and it causes them to be a fast faller. So it's likely that the air dodge was nerfed because of Accelerate. Chugs actually pulling the zoom just in time and having just enough mana to use it as well.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the way that this is playing into, Loaf has a lot of stage control and an immense pressure here, sitting at almost max rage here. It's good positioning, but again, Chugs looking to close out this stock. Hopefully there's the psych up there, and the up tilt. Was that up tilt? Or was
that was up tilt.
Okay, yeah.
So up tilt does cover a good amount of the platforms compared to some other moves. Oh, half left not killing. Hero being a little bit heavy, but we're seeing here Chugs get a little bit behind in the mana aspects. Has to land a little bit more on here. Does not find his zoom for the first time in the set, and that is just unfortunate, but you have to deal with that when you're playing a RNG character like Hero.
Yeah, I mean, the only fortunate thing for Chugs here is that Waft is a little bit out of the play unless Loaf has enough time to find another half Waft here. However, I'd imagine Chugs would want to find this stock sooner rather than later, and doing an excellent job right now, racking up a lot of percentage. And there's another Accelerate. Again, that's the main thing that he's going to need to catch up with Wario, because Wario is very fast-paced, very in-your-face, while on the other hand, Hero a bit more slower side. So as you mentioned again, Gamma, that's going to really help out Chugs here.
Yeah, and Accelerate does open up a lot of more combo routes and confirms for Hero that Chugs will be able to utilize. It's just, will he be able to get the landing to even start something? A Psych Up will kill Loaf, definitely. It just depends on how Chugs is able to utilize it. Trying to go for a kill throw and not finding it. So, ooh, another Sizzle 2. Really looking for that option, so he will not be able to get that.
Yeah, and it seems that Chugs is having a difficult time trying to land comfortably or play grounded comfortably because, again, the presence of Wario is so threatening, and nonetheless, Loaf here, a lot of percent. This is kind of scary for both players right now because you see the rage that's building up on Loaf. Chugs still not able to close it out just yet there. And again, we see the Accelerate come out to play, so we'll see if this is the killing blow that Chugs is able to land. But again, just the MP is way too low to get spell out.
Yeah, going for that up throw kill around 200%. And looking for another Accelerate likely to get online, but a Loaf will be coming back to stage just fast enough to not let Chugs get that. And now having another Waft on deck potentially, Loaf could close out the game. It just depends on if he's able to find it.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily need it in this position, I don't think, but the Waft is a good kind of plan B thing, a backup plan here, but we're going for the chomp here instead, trying to go for an edge guard, and no Waft gonna burn it. Yeah, a little too optimistic there, but again, we see the Accelerate psych up a lot of the benefits that Chugs is looking for to set him up here correctly.
Yeah, this is kind of an even game now after Loaf has had that lead for so long, and that's just because Hero, with his spells and his buffs, can bring back the game very easily with one critical hit or even a back air. It just all depends on what we see here from Chugs. He's fishing for that back air.
Yeah, both players are definitely going to be looking for a back air to close it out. However, now we're seeing Chugs being more centered here, more grounded in that stage here. Again, the presence of Loaf is not completely gone here, and the back air barely poking out on that platform to get Chugs' last stock.
Yeah, trying to challenge the down air with the back air, very scary, but you're seeing that these top players, they know that they're able to go for it. Chugs, a little bit disappointed, I think, shaking his head because that was such a close game to bring it back from. But you kind of just have to keep rolling with it. He almost did get that there. It just, didn't work out this time. We got to go for next time.
It was a rough start for Chugs as we kind of saw that snowball effect time and time again, but he was able to match up to the momentum that Loaf was outputting and being able to catch up in percentage as well. So it's definitely not like it was impossible for Chugs. So we'll see in this game 2 running it back to small battlefield if he has a more defined plan, and we'll see the adjustments that are going to be made here.
I'm seeing some good adjustments right now with the 72% on Loaf, as Chug has not taken any damage and is really utilizing all these spells. It's like the Kaboom and these accelerates, and has oomph online potentially to get a full kill, but not on that shield.
Yeah, that shield is very small though, so I don't think really Loaf likes to hold shield too much, as long as like he doesn't really need it drastically. So it's gonna just be kind of one of those like rare moments where, you know, Chugs is gonna have to do a little more than you know, kind of hope for those like out of shield moments.
Up air almost killing on Hero is something that I did not expect to see today, but we have that DBZ clash as both of them go down to 2 stocks apiece, so we are seeing now Chugs actually get a little bit of advantage since he has the iframes to be able to find his spells that he needs, especially that accelerate. That has been the MVP so far in the set.
And he's done such a great job, too, of landing all of these spells, because you could just be, like, relentless and throw out these spells, but at the same time, you're just wasting MP and you're wasting energy, and that's not good. But the way of the placement that Chugs has been playing, it's all been down to a T here.
Yeah, it definitely has, but he's looking for that landing option, not finding it for a little bit, and eating the damage of psyched up forward throw, not killing, but that's so scary for Loaf to have to deal with. To be going even at Hero is basically being in a losing situation just because Hero has that kill potential and RNG Mario Party factor that just keeps, you know, existing and scares you.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see here. I mean, either or player does not really want to commit to anything too strong, and we do see Waft come online trying to go for the down tilt dash attack. Weak hit though, so unfortunately it won't take it just yet, and both these players really just fighting for their lives on second stocks here. Again, dash attack still won't close it out just yet.
No, not quite. We're seeing Loaf now taking that center stage just a little bit, back airing into that Kaswoosh. And now Chugs on his last stock, the Crackle Smash, doing a lot of shield damage, excuse me, and that's not great for Loaf.
Yeah, definitely not. So shield is not really an option here, so gotta play it a little more safe. The Waft is online though, so I do believe if Loaf could get one good connection here, a good string, and into the Waft, it could play correctly into his cards. However, Chugs is not letting up on this. He really wants to close out the second stock, and there it is. Yeah, 180, just kind of living a little too long, kind of overstayed his welcome there with that second stock.
Yeah, but if you're killing with Hero up air, that does not make sense. I mean, I think Chugs knows that too, and is just, you have to find your kills earlier than that in this set if you want to stay in winners.
Yeah.
You're seeing Loaf, shark in the water. Ooh. Scared Chugs a little bit too much to be able to recover back to ledge, but you saw him looking for that Waft to close out that game, moving back and forth using Wario's air mobility to the fullest potential to just scare your opponent, and it worked.
Yeah, and Loaf had a lot of option coverage options there that he could have done. I mean, nonetheless, Waft was there. Could have also done back air or the possibly like down tilt as well into dash attack. There was just a lot of momentum that he was building, and especially it was just unfortunate that Chugs could not recover in that situation, just a little too low there, or unless it wasn't charged all the way. I don't know.
It was a small charge.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't seem like charged all the way.
And I think that Chugs thought it was going to get back to ledge, but unfortunately it didn't, which you kind of just have to run with that. But being around 2-0 versus Wario with Loaf, not the greatest place to be, but you do have your RNG factor in Hero to be able to keep you in winner's side for as long as you can. And, you know, everyone wants to make that top 8, especially on winner's side, to get that coveted winner's side grand spot, and everyone's hungry for it. We're seeing Loaf really bite down on it.
I think the biggest thing here that's going to be the most effective for Chugs here is he does need to take these stocks a lot more sooner, as you said as well, because if he's not taking these stocks sooner and Loaf is living to deadly percentages like 180 as we saw in the previous game, it's not setting up Chugs for success pretty much, because he's letting that rage just kind of be free, and especially Wario that has so much like damage output, it's not going to play correctly in his cards here. So he really has to take these stocks more sooner. But Chugs, you know, just kind of struggling really to even get an inch of stage here.
Yeah, I mean, Loaf's just been doing such a great job of covering the Zoom cover-ups. Here's another one. But as you were saying about living to that higher percent, it means that even if you get a cheese kill with Hero, does it really do anything to your opponent's mental if it happened at 180? Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
So dealing with that and not finding your kills early enough and wasting all the mana too, Chugs definitely did not want a magic burst in that situation. We're seeing Loaf get very aggressive now that Chugs is out of a lot of his resources.
Yeah, we're almost seeing like that creativity flow from Loaf here, and I did like that very interesting like chomp option off stage there, and we saw the bike trail as well. However, though, Chugs is looking to try to make a comeback. 135 sitting on Loaf with the psych up, maybe gonna close it out with a little buffer here. Again, just unable to find that last hitting move.
Yeah, Loaf is sitting in the corner, but that's
yeah.
the big hit, frame 6, and just you just can't do anything.
You just gotta
I
hold
mean,
it.
that's such a fast move that Hero has as a gotcha on people's shields, and right back at you, we got a waft for Loaf. And he's going to be pushing Chugs to his potential last winner stock unless Chugs can pull out a miracle or some RNG can be in his favor. It just all depends on what he has, but Loaf is putting on this pressure over and over again, 60% and rising.
Yeah, and completely, he's just being shut down of his momentums or really being able to set up now. As we saw that he was in the more earlier games able to set up and find a lot of the buffs that he needed, but now that he's in this position where he can't comfortably get the spells out that he needs, and Loaf is just completely stampeding on him, even trying to go for the uppie there to take away the recovery. But again, Chugs is able to recover. Thank God for a very gracious uppie recovery.
Yeah, but that's so much wasted mana. They're having to do two full swooshes on top of the mini one as well. The Zoom will be used and covered properly, and now we're going to have to look for it again. Chugs does find it and has bounce online for the first time in this set, which is something you don't see too often with Hero.
Yeah, not really necessary in this matchup. Again, just really for the bike here. But again, Loaf playing around that without using the bike there. So really, again, this is just kind of a back and forth game. But Dash Attack going through that and being able to take out Chugs' last stock. And Loaf will be securing a 3-0 and a spot